Welcome to Ultimate Survival Gear. Today, as you guys can see, or can you see, I got something from Adidas. Always love the Adidas stuff. Let's open up the box, see what we got, because these are, yet again, on this channel. Yes, not the first time. Adidas Outdoors Terrex Swift R2 GTX. Yes, mouthfuls. The name. And let me tell you guys, I reviewed their Swift R2 in the mid-size. This is their low-rise, as you can see. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, amazing. In the mid-size, they were absolutely amazing. And in this low-rise version, they're absolutely awesome. If you don't have time to watch the whole review, let me give you a little bit of a brief overview. Very lightweight, excellent outsole, unbelievably fantastic comfort, true to the size, and I love this quick lay system. This is fantastic. Overall, great. Obviously, can't go wrong with GTX waterproofing. Although, if you do want to maximize your waterproofing, I would highly recommend going with the midsize. But we will talk about all of this in great detail in this review. So let's get into it. As some of you already know, this is not just any regular hiking shoe in this case review. This is specifically for my ultimate survival shoes section. Yes, I have ultimate survival boots, ultimate survival shoes, ultimate survival gear. Yes, all of this for ultimate survival gear channel. There's a lot of ultimate survival going on here. So what if this wasn't just your regular hiking shoe? What if this was your survival shoe? Meaning that, well, maybe you were hiking in these, or maybe you just had them in the house and something bad happened. I don't know, bad like some crazy pandemic, people all of a sudden riding on the streets. I don't know. You think of the survival. The past couple of years, I probably can give you like a lot of ideas. But basically, the situation where you have to just put stuff on, leave your house, walk for miles and miles, run on the way, fight on the way, climb on the way, do everything that's necessary to survive. And you were wearing these. Would they be good for your survival, or would they get you killed? Well, how do we make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin. Criteria number 1, comfort level. And in order to test the comfort level, or at least establish the baseline for the comfort, I do a 3-mile run and then a 5-mile walk. Whatever it is. Shoes, boots, whatever I review on this channel, right? Meaning like a shoe wear. Sometimes it's really hard, yes, to do a 3-mile run especially. And then I continue wearing for the rest of the day, so that the total wear time is about 8 hours. And like I said, this is super comfortable. I mean, I'm just enjoying my run in these. Obviously, there are a few factors that contribute to the comfort level. Let's start with the first one, the weight. And I have a scale over here, and I would say this should be, I would say probably somewhere around 13 ounce. Let's see if I'm any good at guessing these, but let's see. Well, I'm kind of a little bit off. 14.9, just, wait, 15.03. So I'll knock this and it's gonna change. 49. I'll knock it again. No, it's still 49. Okay, I'll count it as 49, just under 15 ounce. Very, very, very good, let me tell you guys. Now, to give you kind of a reference numbers, right, for your weight, if you're going with a full-size boot, right, you're looking for something under 25 ounce. If you're going with a mid-size boot, you're looking for something under 20 ounce. If you're going with a shoe, with a hiking shoe, like a low-rise, there I am looking for something under 15 ounce. Obviously, the more under that kind of a gold standard you find, the better it's going to be, the lighter it's going to be. I mean, obviously, keep in mind, with the lighter stuff, you're compromising on your protection, you're compromising on waterproofing, you're compromising on a lot of stuff. Here, you're not compromising on anything, and it's still under 15 ounce. Fantastic job from Adidas whenever it comes to weight. Excellent, excellent weight. Very, very lightweight, considering all the protection and all the proofing that they have, which we will talk about later. But there are a few other things that contribute to the comfort level. The flexibility of the outsole. As you can see here, it's still flexible, and it creases in all the right places, but it's very nice and stiff. So if you are getting this for a little bit more of a mountaineering type of hike, a little bit more rocky road involved, you do want that stiffness in the outsole. It definitely helps. So here, you're not compromising on that. This is a very good quality outsole. We will talk about it later in the criteria number 4, I believe. Okay, let's talk about the inner sole now. Still in comfort. Let's take out the inner sole so you can see exactly what it looks like. Check this out. Very nice inner sole. Very nice defined. Very defined heel bed. Very nice defined arch support. And overall, you have decent amount of cushioning here as well. So really good inner sole. Once you remove inner sole, it goes straight into the midsole. Pretty hard, keep in mind. Now let's talk about the padding. Also another thing that contributes to the comfort. As you can see, there is some padding here in the tongue. There is some padding in the shaft. And then going through the shoe, this area, the toe cap from the inside, the toe box, is a little bit on the harder side, especially with this very hard protection cap. We will talk about that later, but keep in mind it's very important to get them in the right size. If you don't get them in the right size, you're not gonna like this front toe cap because it's really hard. Keep that in mind. Okay, overall on the comfort level, very good. I absolutely love it. Let's move on to the criteria number 2 now, proofing and protection. Okay, so proofing wise, yes, these are waterproof. This is GTX waterproofing, fancy waterproofing technology. Basically, it's lightweight, it's breathable, and it's very expensive. The GORE-TEX, whenever you see something with GORE-TEX, yeah, the prices get pretty expensive with that. But it's quality waterproofing. And here, as you can see, the tongue is gusseted, and you have about, let's see, the lowest point of the shaft, about 3.5 inches of waterproofing. So in the beginning I mentioned, if you do want to get the full potential of the waterproofing, of GTX waterproofing, get the mid-size version, because 3.5 inches of waterproofing clearance, I mean, just doesn't seem like worth the price that you're paying for GORE-TEX. All right, so to me, I'd rather get this without waterproofing and just something that dries out quicker. I'm not a huge fan of waterproofing hiking shoes. Waterproof hiking boots, now we're talking about the at least the mid-size shaft. So you have at least 4.5-5 inches of waterproofing clearance. Then it kind of gets a little bit, starts to make sense, because with a low rise, you know, a little bit of a splash, a little bit of water gets in, that's it, you're wet. Doesn't really make much sense, but that's just me. If you prefer the waterproof hiking shoes, there you are. Now, speaking of the protection, like I said, you have a very nice toe cap here at the front. Excellent protection again on a rocky road. If you're doing some mountaineering, this is gonna be excellent. You really appreciate it. There's a little bit of a softer design pattern going at the top, but still a little bit of a reinforcement here as well. Overall, soft toe box. Don't drop anything heavy on top of it. Going through, obviously no protection in the shaft, because low rise. Same thing in the heel, kind of a reinforced heel, and you have excellent protection from the bottom. You have the Continental tires on the bottom, which we'll talk about the outsole later. Let's move on to the criteria number 3, quality and the design features. Now, quality wise, I mean, Adidas. Who doesn't know Adidas, right? Personal, one of my favorite brands, honestly, that is out there, Adidas. I like a lot of stuff from Adidas. This particular shoes, they have over 3,000 reviews on Amazon. The Amazon link is in the description below, by the way. Almost 5 stars. So yes, just like myself, a lot of people appreciate these shoes for sure. All right. Now, speaking of the design features, usually I talk about the lacing system here. Here we have the quick lace, which I absolutely love. Makes it super fast to put them on, super fast to take them off, super fast to release or tighten the tension. All right. All you're doing is you tighten it, you kind of press this button, get it all the way down as tight as you need to, and then you lock this piece right here. And obviously you can do a lot of different things with it. You can probably go through this like that just to get it out of the way so it's not the tripping hazard. But overall, fantastic lacing system, quick lace. I absolutely love it. Let's move on to the criteria number 4 now, outsole traction stability. So whenever I do my run and my walk, I do it on a variety of different surfaces. starting with older asphalt, newer tarmac, wet sand, wet grass, dry grass, rocky road, trail surface, concrete, marble, tile, rubber, just a whole bunch of different things. And this outsole is fantastic. I love it. It's very, very high quality, and you can tell by how hard this rubber is, which is good. You want that. It's thicker than usual, so you have extra protection from the bottom. On the rocky road you walk, you don't feel nothing, which is good. It's excellent. It still gives you good traction and stability, but at the same time, the rocks, if it's sharp rocks, they don't bother you at all because it's nice and thick and the quality rubber. Now the pattern itself, it's a little bit more on the flatter side, as you can see, and these grooves, because they're rounded, they're not as aggressive as they could have been if they were not rounded. And I think, to me, I would rather have them not rounded so that it's a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more stability on the wet grass. Still handles decent on the wet grass, but it could have been better in my opinion. So the outsole is probably one of the little complaints that I have about it. Also, I would really appreciate the ridges on the side, just you know, for all, I mean, after all, this is Ultimate Survival, and why waste this whole area of just making it flat, right? So you can't really use this part of the shoe because it's so flat, and that obviously makes it slippery. All right, so overall pretty good outsole, but it could have been better in my opinion. Let's move on to the criteria number 5, temperature. So obviously this is great for summer. It's fantastic. GTX, even though it's waterproof, it doesn't take away from the breathability. It does take away from your pocket, but not from the breathability. Pretty good. No point to talk about the winter, cold, because this is just a shoe. Yes, it's waterproof, but it's just a shoe. There's no insulation, so don't even consider this for the winter. Let's talk about the criteria number 6 really quickly. Sizing. These are true to the size, but I would recommend getting a size where you have a little bit of extra space here at the toe box, meaning that when you're wearing them, your toe is not touching the front of the toe box. On the hike, I mean, if your toe is touching the front, because it's so hard from the inside, and from obviously it's hard from the outside, but it's really hard from the inside as well, you're gonna get fatigued. All right, so very important, don't compromise, don't sacrifice that comfort level. Get a little bit, maybe half a size bigger than your normal shoe size for ultimate comfort. Okay, let's move on to the criteria number 7, balance of application. So if this really was your ultimate survival shoe, would this be good? Honestly, I love it. It's fantastic. I think I might give myself a pair. Because it's a shoe, you can wear it anywhere, and it kind of really looks like a cool tactical sneaker more than like a hiking shoe. It doesn't look ridiculous, you know. A lot that's the problem with a lot of hiking shoes, hiking boots, is that they look quite ridiculous to wear them on a daily basis. This doesn't. You can wear it anywhere you want and you will look just fine. In fact, they do have a few different colors of these shoes to kind of match your outfit, right? But the whole idea behind it, because it's an ultimate survival review after all, is that if you're wearing it on a daily basis, this is most likely what you will end up with in a survival situation. Because most of the times we're out of the house, at work, doing this and that, doing whatever you're doing outside of the house, and something bad happens, right? So we don't have time to go back to the house, change, and all of that sort of stuff. We are with what we have, okay? And I would really like to be with this. This is really, really good. Personally, I would prefer the mid-size, obviously, for better waterproofing, for better protection of the ankles. But on a daily basis, wearing, obviously, is much more comfortable to wear something like this. Plus, you get the benefit of the quick lace system in the shoe. All right, let's move on to the very last criterion here. Criteria number 8, the price. $135 currently on Amazon. Amazon link is in the description below. Fantastic price, fantastic price. 135 is really good, considering that this is GORE-TEX. Is there competition in that price range? Yes, absolutely. There's some really good stuff from Salomon. There's some really good stuff from La Sportiva. There is some pretty good stuff from Merrell, Jack Wolfskin, Mammoth. There's a lot of stuff in that price range. But obviously Adidas is a brand that a lot of people recognize, is a lot of people trust, and sometimes fit just might be better for you. So that's why I really like Amazon. You subscribe to the one of them Prime memberships, and you can get yourself a pair. If you don't like it, you return it, you get something else, and the returns are free. So overall, I think this is a really good shoe for $135. Definitely a fair price. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this shoe? What do you think about this review? Would you consider this shoe as your hiking shoe or maybe your ultimate survival shoe? Let me know. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. As always, this was Ultimate Survival Gear, and I'll see you guys in the next video.